lights go out. Don't be a means to someone's end. It's all just beginning. Why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally. The pulse of the air we're breathing. We can leave on for anything. We can leave it all. So don't stop.
seeing another big kickoff in the Gators' favor. Vegas gonna take his corner boost, try and control this ball. Stoops for the shot, and that will be a goal. That is a very tight angle there. That was very good.
Oh, that was beautiful angle right over Vegas' head.
Boost that he has. Exy gonna go for a flick here on Poofy. He will get the save though. Poofy's gonna try and stay on this, get it over Bonkai. But does it somewhat. Exy, potential double tap here, and we're gonna see that one go in. That's goal 1 for the Owls with 2:42 remaining.
Control right here, good touch, just barely getting over there, and unfortunately,
Coyotes did a fantastic job. My God, Cliff. Welcome for the highlight. That's absolutely astounding. Man, KT. Take it away.
I can't even dream about that.
What is going on, FDL? It is Saturday night. It is past the 8 p.m. hour. So that tells you that we are starting right on time with Frontier Doubles League. We have myself and we have Ken in the casting booth with me. What's up, brother?
Call is fashionably late, you know? I'm pretty good. No, you are too. As always, we got some pretty good matches tonight. We're going to start off with the Star Dragons and Colts. Got the Dragons looking to finish an undefeated regular season. And the Colts trying to spoil that. Why don't we get them right into the game?
I am all for that. And not to go unmentioned, there we go, is Lasagna Man is our big producer streamer man in the background. Everybody give him some love in the chat. Or some hate. We'll take either one. It's funny either way. But we do have kickoff with Harmonic Ward going at it. Moto will get the ball away from Harmonic and get the boost. I'm going to try to pass this over to his teammate, but it will be intercepted. And Ken, there's only 10 seconds. Not a lot we can get into, but I'm a little bit biased with my Dragon GM ship, but I'm looking for this match. Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. You can't prove otherwise.
No, I can't, but that's going to be a goal. Never mind. Ward, a little heavy on that touch, buddy. But yeah, I mean, I think Dragons heavy favorites. Although I will say, this Colts team took the Dragons to Game 5 last time they played in a very, very close series that could have gone either way. Bunch of one-goal games and whatnot. So we'll have to see. You know, history might repeat itself and just change just enough. But both teams, I think, confirmed for playoffs at this point. So definitely two of the better teams in a very crowded Star Leagues this season.
Indeed, and speaking of the last time they played each other and went to Game 5, it was Coyotes and Harmonic that was out in the field for the Colts that game. The only difference is the Dragons' Tongue Link was there with Ward. Now it's Ward with Motor. I'm about to say Motorola. With Moto. It'll be interesting to see how this combo works, especially seeing how they've already blocked an open goal from each other. So, you know, just a little bit of hijinks going on, but a good first goal from the Colts there. To try to start themselves up, Ward will back off, get the boost, and we'll get the ball as well. Gets the pass one, gets bumped off of it, gets crossbar, Moto comes cleaning it up, and again, we have a tie ball game.
I love that sound. Some people, yeah, just rigs out. And I mean, the Colts played that pretty well. Covius got the early challenge. Harmonic, I think, just didn't have quite enough boost to get a better touch than that off the bar and down. So I mean, tie game, but Colts off to a good start. Covius, that's gonna get past one. That's just in.
Tied game, you say?
Well, it was. I was correct. I'm not anymore.
You were correct for all of 2.2 seconds. It's that long at all. But we do have a lead change back in the favor of the Colts. Moto going off the kickoff against Harmonic. Ward now goes for the boost steal. Gets no boost, but he does get a free soul. But then sacrifices his own to give Moto some time, who will get a fantastic 50 off of Harmonic's hood. It's going to be a brief 2v1 situation. Covius will have to hold off the onslaught and is able to do so, throwing it to the corner against a very low boosted Moto. Ward able to get that corner, but now on the opposite side of the field. It will briefly be a 1v1 here. Moto didn't get the flip reset, does get stopped by Covius. Ward will have to try to catch this. but we'll get beat, and Ken, we just might get a 2-goal lead.
Oof,
Stopped
Moto
by
just
Moto.
gets back. Yeah, no, that was... I mean, you can see it developing as it happened there, but the Dragons are going to want to counterattack now. Right to Ward, and he gets the shot! What a banger of a pass from Moto.
Oh, dude, we talk about banger shots all the time, where they're just absolutely rooming into the net, but that was rooming into the net because of the speed of the pass. Huge kudos to Ward to be able to read that.
I mean, all Ward had to do was just keep driving forward, right? But that's hard to do when you don't know the pass is coming in that hot.
Hey, you say that, but the first goal from the Dragons was stopped by Ward.
What? I was going to skip over that. You didn't have to bring that up.
I'm the GM. I got rights to do stuff.
Okay.
I'll make fun of
Understood.
my team.
Understood. Moto's going to take this ball into mid. Ward's an awkward position, but it'll work. 50 down. Ward has a shot. That's just going to go in. Covius did what he could. But Harmonic looked a little lost there.
Indeed, he just got beat by the turn or the pop-up, and like I said, Covius did what he could. He had a fantastic flip reset he got out of that 50 as well. Tried using it, just Ward playing around him perfectly. Both of these players faking on the secondary. Ward able to throw the pressure, keep Covius honest there with his full boost. Keeping him off awkward for it. Going for the bump from behind, but doesn't get it. Moto might just be able to get it over Harmonic, but Harmonic does save it. Moto can't get the double. There's just a little bit of bumping and scraping paint. Ward getting beat now. And
This is gonna be
again,
past the mid.
this is set to be a beautiful Colts play.
Ooh. Harmonic was really close on that. You can't really fault him for missing that because you have to put a really good shot on for that play to work. So I mean,
Yeah.
pretty tight margins, but definitely one they probably want back. That's going to right out to Harmonic. They're going to keep some pressure going here, but Moto, the good 50, is going to kill that pressure immediately.
Indeed,
That's
and
right
Ward. I think Ward was trying to go for the double, but couldn't quite get it. But does get a huge beat. No,
Oh.
just barely denied by the crossbar. Moto will be hating that crossbar sound, although he's going right back at it for a double off the back wall. Harmonic denying that. Ward throwing it there. Moto throwing it wide. And that's such a clean play, Ken, to give this Dragons team a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it really feels like the Colts are just maybe pressing a little too hard at times. They're not quite getting that second man back into defensive rotations. We've seen it a couple times where that pass to mid, they can go for 150, but it doesn't leave them with enough in the tank defensively to get that second touch they need, and it leads to a pretty easy shot for the Dragons, right? That's a good touch from Covius, though. That'll buy them some time. Minute left. He had an open net, right? I mean, I think he's probably going to die anyways. Never mind.
Had an open net, but he had 0 boost to get back to it, and with your teammate getting demoed, then you getting demo chased as well. You kind of just have to try to push it down the field, which you did. But all in all, we're under 60 seconds now. We got the Colts down by 2, trying to make something happen. Harmonic unable to whip around in time to get control of that. We'll throw this off the wall. Moto going for a slight touch, didn't quite get it. Covius now collecting it. Ward just trying to slow it down. And doing a fantastic job of jamming this up in the corner and actually getting control again. Just playing for the 50, but Harmonic not fighting. Dragons right now playing very well in this final 30 seconds.
Oh no, that was almost disaster for the Colts. Just a pinch going off the wall into a shot, but just wide. Still alive in this game. 15 seconds. You know, all it takes is one kickoff goal. That's a good kill. Novius a little strong in the pass, though. That's going to get sent to Moto. Might have a double read here. Gets bumped off instead. Just killing time. Ward absolutely content. Oh boy. Ward had no interest in extending that play at all.
And technically, Moto didn't seem to be doing so either. He did not want to get face down with the 50, throwing it to the side. And we do have a timeout being called by the Dragons even. Ward having to call it and immediately leaving. So hopefully nothing serious is going on. We pray that he can get back into it. He's restarting this game. We're hearing from our eyes on the field. So hopefully everything turns out all right there, Ken. But Dragons pretty... I won't say convincing win, but it's a solid win.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Colts mostly able to handle things on defense. I think we touched on a little bit of the, just overcommitting a little on offense, really. I feel like offense was the cause of a lot of the goals. rather than just like bad rotations. So
Mhm.
I think that's a good sign for them. The thing that you got to be worried about, they only took 3 shots that whole game. They didn't really even test the Dragons' defense that we know can be pretty good.
Yeah.
So
But Ken,
doesn't bode well, right?
to that point though, that can mean that once they throw the Dragons into that defense, since they haven't been having to do it that first game, they might get a little bit sloppy or out of sync with each other when they get forced into those defensive roles more often. So
Agreed.
yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword or catch-22, if you will. It could go either way, really.
Yeah,
Might just use,
absolutely agreed.
may have misused catch-22 there. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head if I did it right or not, but
No,
we'll act
you,
like I
you were
did.
right.
Yeah, look at me go.
Good book. Definitely read
Honestly.
that if you haven't. I mean, who reads? But
Fair. And the Dragons are saying that they are ready to go. They don't need the full 30 seconds. And we are going to go ahead and send them in so that we don't make them wait the full time if they're not ready to. And they are loading up. We have Coyotes versus Ward on the kickoff. Ken, predictions on how the kickoff go and if we score within 15.
sorry, I was too distracted by Covius's hideous car. Oh boy, anyone who uses that thing, that's like so bad. But there's a game happening too, so good clear by Harmonic, but double commit from the Colts, and that is just not what you want to see.
Well, it wasn't quite 15 seconds, Ken. I was a little bit 4 seconds off of it. It was the first 19 seconds as a goal. And you know what? The Dragons will absolutely take that. They love being able to put the pressure on and just keep the gas pedal down on the floor. We'll see the Ward coming up in there. Decides to go for demo. Big, you know, I want to say it's a beautiful idea, but you could have just taken the shot wide and probably put it in without getting worried about it. But you know what? Dragons did manage to score in just, what was it, 11 seconds
11
after
seconds.
the original one. So you know what? If I'm Dragons, I'm not complaining with how that turned out.
How many times are we going to hear Moto hit the crossbar?
At least
this
4 or
series?
5 more times.
Okay.
But that's just this game. Not just kidding.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Well, Harmonic with a good clear, but I think Moto's going to get to this. I think that's not going to be too big of a problem for the Dragons. He's going to carry it. Going to go for a pinch, I think, off the wall. Beat! Oh, what a beat! That goal gets all the way downfield. And he gets it off the corner. He has boost. He has all the space in the world he needs, but can't really do much with it. Covius in that ram, just gonna, you know, do things with the ball, I guess, but that car is ugly.
The card might be ugly, but the plays we're seeing right now are certainly not. Colts trying to get something going here, but Covius unable to use that long tailgate for tailgating purposes. We will have a wide open net. Ward doing, he's unable to transition into a smooth, seamless open net shot. He saw me shooting. I'm his GM. He's a little bit worried about open nets. I completely understand and relate to that. So you know what? I won't follow him, Ken. Although that's just another goal that was completely missed from the Dragons, like in game 1. But we'll see if this time it bites him or not.
Yeah, I mean, that was just kind of an awkward spot for Ward to be in. He wanted to take his time there, but didn't realize there's so much pressure coming. That's a good shot. Off the
Great
post.
pass.
In from Ward.
This Dragon team right now really is, Ken, just controlling the offensive game, and Colts were able to break free and get down to the other end. But they are by no means hogging the offensive time like the Dragon team is. They are just rotating very well on offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing why this Dragons team is 9-0 at this point. And I would pretty confidently guess gotta be 10-0 by the end of this. And go into playoffs undefeated. Obviously, plenty of game left to play, but they just look really good on offense. Yeah, they're not really even getting pressured at all. I mean, this is even better than the first game for them.
Yeah, absolutely. However, depending on how things go here, we get a goal for the Colts, and they do, in fact, get it. Kovia's getting credited for the assist and for the not interruption per se, but the harassment, you could say, of Ward, making it where he don't have the time to get the 50 he wanted. That will set up the Colts to get the first goal to mount the comeback in the second half of this game if they can manage it. And Dragons went up by 3 in the first half. Colts can certainly get 3 themselves in the second half.
Yeah, you know what they say, caster curse is the biggest enemy of any team. Harmonica's an open shot here. That is high, but I think Ward would have saved it, probably. Not as open as it first looked. Moto now with some boost in the air, gets 1 touch, gets 2, gets over, hits the bar again. There's that ding we were looking for.
We will hear it plenty more times because this Dragon team loves to just tease the goalpost. But that's going to be an awkward touch and a great bump coming in from Ward, leaving it wide open for Moto to score that. Both Dragons now with 2 goals apiece. Or Moto with 2 assists as well with 7 shots. Ward only 5 shots added to his stat line, but Ken, it is 12 shots to 2.
It's I mean, it's the same story as last game, right? They're just the pressure they put on is unrelenting, really. And I mean, good challenge from Harmonic is gonna not even break them free like we hoped they might. Moto with a shot off, but it's just pressure. It's the Dragons not letting the Colts create anything on offense. There's a bang from Covius will buy some space, gets a 50. Harmonic's not quite there. Touch from Ward down. Harmonic puts it to the side. Covius with boost, gets a reset, gets 1, gets the second 50 across, but Ward gonna flip out of the way. No shot from Harmonic because he was dead and rotating back, but I mean, pressure from the Colts, but no shot coming out of it. Harmonic gonna go up. Gets 1. It's a second. Face, but awkward flip there and just not enough boost to really make that play happen.
Yeah, and with 50 seconds remaining, Colts are trying to fight hard here, getting aggressive, trying to make anything happen. But Harmonic running out of boost, trying to make that anything, will come Moto to grab his hat trick, just waiting patiently, and with what little boost he has, Ken, just play that as perfectly as you could to throw that in. And I think, too, you seal the deal in this game, too. And if the Colts can come back, I would be all for it, because that would be one insane 35 seconds. But I just think they might need to start looking towards Game 3 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you said the Colts were, trying to put on some pressure. We kind of saw it there. Covius turned upfield expecting Harmonic. I mean, not even expecting, just relying on Harmonic getting a good touch there off the wall. It didn't happen, but Covius was playing. Ward? Oh, just doesn't get the double. But yeah, I mean, the Colts are just pressing at this point. They're going for whatever they can to try and get offense. And so we see them get punished for it. I don't think that's really an indictment on their defense at all. It's just the situation of the game. This clock's going to hit 0. Ward gonna... Alright, Covius. Where's that been all series?
Covius is going to fall into it, getting a goal to go on the road to give them, I believe is their second goal for the second game in a row. I don't think 2 goals for 3 games in a row will be enough, so they'll have to definitely ramp it up in Game 3 with more goals to see if they can try to get a win to start this reverse sweep. But this Dragons pressure has just been absolutely devastating. 14-3 is the final shot counts from the 2 teams. And another stat we didn't really, our conversion, we haven't really talked about, Ken. Colts only got 5 saves for those 14 shots. I mean, we've been hearing a lot of jokes about the crossbar and the pings, but there's something to say about their accuracy if they can nail that down too. This is just a slaughter if they can do that.
Yeah, I don't think they need to. I mean, if he could, if they could, but the way they're playing,
They
you
don't
put enough shots on, some of them are going to go in.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is just they are playing so fast in these situations, so they don't really have time to set themselves up for an accurate shot all the time. But they know their second man is going to be there anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Very true, but we do have game 3 starting away. Colts did not call a timeout, so they are ready to go. They think they got themselves a plan in mind to try to counter this. We will have Harmonic going up against Ward on this kickoff once it actually gets underway.
That plan is.
Oh!
What just happened?
Moto tried to react instantly to a ball that was going over his head off the kickoff, and to be fair, it was incredibly awkward, but if he didn't get that, that was a goal, so not the touch he wanted, but it was the touch he needed.
Yep. We see Covius choosing to play the card that doesn't have a long tailgate this time. Didn't really seem to help too much, although it might have got him in that last goal at the end as time expired, honestly. That took basically every inch of that tailgate to work. That's a pass to Ward. Doesn't go for the double. Just gonna be patient and let the Colts use a lot of boost to try and get the ball out. Harmonic out of boost. Moto just go.
I hope the stream picked that up and just Ward just constantly playing peekaboo with the goal line defender. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it did. I definitely saw some of it. There's some shenanigans happening there, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Shenanigans feels like a pretty
apt
good
word
word
here.
for that. Yeah. Moto reset. Nothing from it though. Ward gets 50 by Covius. Harmonic's got to get up to that, I think. Just get that ball downfield any way you can. Let Covius try and redirect. Shut off by Ward. Moto, but a good attempt. Ward going for a double. Good read by Harmonic. Shuts that down before anything can happen. Missed by Moto. That's going to be open for Harmonic. And that's going to be a lead for the Colts. 2-ish minutes in.
Indeed, and it's not the first time the Colts have had a lead, but anytime they can capitalize off of an error from the Dragons, they have got to. And that was a fantastic job by Harmonic to make sure he actually put that into the net instead of just trying to rush to it and then hitting it willy-nilly. Colts have not had a lead since game 1, where they went 1-0 then 2-1. But Moto hitting the crossbar once again, but this time we'll be able to sink it down. We'll get the nice retaliatory goal so quickly, and Ward with that pass,
That pass is great.
it was absolutely phenomenal. That's one of those passes, man, that's like a delayed pass. You read the smooth touch, but then it pops up suddenly. Fantastic job trying to get to that, but just couldn't quite get it.
That was a great pass, and then Moto shooting on razor-thin margins there.
Motorola Razor, I see what you did there.
I was... Yep, I'm not proud of it. Alright, we're gonna move on from that one.
You're speaking of not being
That might
proud
be
of
in.
it. Oh,
That's... Man, this Dragons team loves the crossbar.
they really do. Oh, another one. And you say you're not proud of the Motorola joke, but I have forcibly changed his name in the Dragon server to Motorola Moto. So, I own it. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. Covius with a shot on. Be saved by Moto. Get one touch. Into mid to Ward with a catch. Bump doesn't come through. That was a great idea for Moto. Covius might have a shot here. Chooses not to. Gives ball to Moto. Moto's gets beat there in the corner by Covius. Pass out to Harmonic. Gets one, but Ward with a great touch shuts that down. Now Moto can bang it downfield. Ward there. Covius cuts it off. Still Colts ball. Still control. Still a flick. Moto's gonna bang that away. And I mean, this is definitely the most tightly contested game we've seen out of the Colts. It feels like they've just been a little quicker to everything. Harmonic really stepping up in this one. Feels like getting to that ball just a little quicker and not letting the Dragons be comfortable. He might die here though. That's
And I absolutely think you're right about that. This Colts team is doing a fantastic job. Not countering the pressure per se, but staving off the pressure. And as I say that, that's going to be a fantastic pass coming from Ward off the backboard down to Moto, who throws it down into the net. Covius just barely getting beat. I can't quite keep track of where Harmonic was. He was boostless right underneath the play. Really hoping that Covius could have gotten it, but once he couldn't, man, it just all fell apart. A great player from the Dragons to finally break free and score a second goal to take the lead. But Ken, like you said earlier, this is very tightly contested. I don't think we've seen the last of the Colts. I just want to believe that we got another goal coming from them at least.
I would be inclined to agree. We'll see if it's one they need, if the Colts can get something going. That's a bang from Moto. He might have a double.
Did you say trouble?
Look. there were a lot of words going through my mind. Sometimes
I feel that.
sometimes they don't come out right.
I feel that.
But
we do have Ward rushing back to the Dragon's corner there. Kovia stealing that from the
obvious.
stealing it from the ceiling. Moto not quite able to read it, and we'll get demoed. Ward keeping the ball moving along to buy more time for his teammate and for the game to elapse. Dragons right now going for the bump, gets a bump on one, but can't stop it. And again, this is really heating up for the final 30.
Yeah, some great, anticipation from Kovius, knowing that bump is coming through. He needs to get a touch. He does. And 15 seconds. They can get this ball downfield. Kovius has some boost. He can get some work done here. Pass out to mid. Moto with a good bang. 10 seconds. Clock ticking down. Harmonic. Okay. Try and collect one more time. Get this ball down. 50. Kovius needs to get this ball. Not what he needed there. Gets one. Still up. Off of Ward. Still going. That's touched away by Moto. That's going to drop down. That's going to be a clean sweep for the Dragons. Really good from them. That makes them 10-0 on the season.
Indeed, with that clean sweep, the Dragons finish out a clean season with the ace sweep of the league. Now we just have to see what they can do coming up in the playoffs, but we will be trying to get these guys in here for an interview. Definitely want to hear from them because what a game that they put on, these two. And we do have Moto, who is ironically the AGM as well as the captain of the star team. Moto, how's it going, brother? Great game.
Thank you.
And we got Ward slipping in here. We got Ward. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's popping?
That's gotta be y'all two.
Nah, that's gotta be Moto. I was lagging the whole time. I was just him.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I think you're right. Moto was popping that crossbar and goalpost quite often.
Hey man, if it creates pressure, man. Hey, just saying.
Well, Ken, I'll let you open this up with these fellas.
I mean, first of all, 10-0 on the season. Congratulations. It's a pretty impressive run to go on.
Well, I mean we're 0-0 now technically, so
You're 0-0 in the games that matter. It's just to get to playoffs, and then anything can happen. That's kind of where I was going, you know? How are you going to prep for playoffs?
one game at a time like we've always been doing. I mean, even though we had like an undefeated season, we took every single game like as its own. The record we didn't really care about. So, like I said, 0-0 all the time.
That's fair.
Very fair indeed. And of course, game one was close until y'all broke it free at the end and got the 2-goal differential. But game three, I know y'all probably weren't nervous just knowing y'all. You just knew you had to play your game. But at any point in the back of your mind, was it they're playing a much better game? We need to be careful, or just were y'all just still sticking?
Actually, yeah, it did happen game 3. Actually, I let a goal in, and I said, okay, I'm playing too comfortable. I need to just step up the speed, and I just started playing fast again. They definitely brought some heat in the beginning, so we had to adjust to it for sure.
My PC did not want us to win, but Moto said, doesn't matter. We're winning. Moto wanted to keep the record. Let's be honest.
Calling his captain superficial on stream, Ken. Oh my word! Not just kidding. I am kidding. Oh, Ken, did you have any more questions for him? Anything else?
I mean, just really good series from you guys. Any teams you're looking forward to playing in playoffs in particular, or is it just going to be whoever's next?
Are the Owls? Are the Owls in playoffs?
I think we're still waiting to see.
I know they want their get back. I think it would be a fun series if we played them. I know Rainy Day and Bowser want their get back on me, so that would be pretty fun.
I know
did you want-
Dragons Penguins, dude. That's got to be streamed. That's all I know. That series
Yeah.
cannot go unstreamed.
Well, we can certainly make it happen as long as things, as long as availabilities and timing works out. We will try to make that a thing if the Penguins make it and face y'all. But I didn't have any more questions, so I was just going to give the chance for y'all to take the floor real quick. Just shout out to anybody you want to do, call outs, anything like that. Just keep it family friendly for us.
I want to shout out the team. I mean, 10-0. Ton and Ward have been the best teammates I've probably had in a long time. So like they say I carry, but truthfully I just enable them to be just as good. So I shout out my team for sure.
I think we should shout out Gunna Moose for allowing Moto to play with us. Just sharing Moto and allowing him to carry us like usual.
That's big fair. Big fair. Shout out to you, Gunna Moose, for allowing my team to do well this season. But that has been it for the 8 o'clock hour. This Dragons team remained unblemished throughout the season on the record. We'll have to see what they can do in the playoffs as that is coming up here soon. But Ken, we do have 2 more hours of Rocket League tonight. We do have 9 o'clock Adept League, Owls versus Hydras, and at 10 o'clock Elite League, Unicorns, Coyotes. Should be an absolute fun night of streaming, I think. But should definitely come back or stick around. We will be back at 9 o'clock, so about roughly 20 minutes.
Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start it.
Maybe feeling change, I could be better. All the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company. Keeping you captive in guilty chains.
When night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. When night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. We can start again. We can start it.
skin for so long. Oh, I am in your head, so tell me, is it wrong? Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell now, my spell. You fell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, my spell. Close eyes and body see through. Time flies when I'm with you. Looming below the sun, holding me like a gun. Sweat and rain, fall in a dream. Rest can wait, eternity. Follow me through the clouds, but never come
Welcome back, everyone, to our second game of the night. We got Adept League, Hydras and Owls. Once again, I'm Ken. I got a different co-caster this time. Got Professor Freak. How you
Good
feeling?
evening, Ken. How are you, sir? Glad to be here.
I mean, it's should be an interesting match. I don't know too much about either of these teams, but some playoff implications. We'll go over those as we get into this game. Let's have them join up. Let's get right into the game. Why don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Adept League, there's a lot of teams sitting right now at 4 and 5, all feasibly need that win, just like the Hydras. It looks like the Owls should have it even with a loss, but definitely a lot riding on the Hydras' performance tonight. So, kickoff starting off. Thor is going to take that. Ball is just off target, but Mr. Whiffs is going to save it either way. No boost for him. Is he able to pick up the mid? Gets challenged, but actually that challenge did not go anywhere. That ball is going straight in, but fortunately Squirrel is able to clear it away. And yeah, I mean, what do you do in this situation, Ken, if you have a must-win game like this?
Don't lose. That's... Wow, Thor's just going to be bullied in the corner. But yeah, just don't lose, right? It's that easy.
Top tier
don't
tip right
know-
there. Just don't ever lose.
I don't know why they haven't thought of that the rest of the season, but... Yeah, I mean, really, it's just play your style, figure out what they're doing in game one, and don't do what I did, which was lose in this series I had to win. Just throwing that out there. I
would
from
definitely
experience.
advise that.
That's a shot from Thor, and that's going to be the first goal of the series.
And that's an unfortunate double commit, miscommunication from the Hydras. I mean, Captain Kimmy, I get she's got low boost, not sure about that, but Whiffs should have that. You hate to see it, you let a goal in like that, but it is still the first minute. A lot of time left to come back. We've got Thor and Mr. Whiffs going for that. That is a very favorable Hydras kickoff, potentially, but well handled by Squirrel. That's potentially a dangerous center ball. Captain Kimmy does hit that towards net, and Thor feels backflip man, and we are tied, Ken.
Thor giveth, and Thor taketh away if you're the Owls. I know from experience, that's the Thor experience right there.
Yeah, you throw the hammer and it's going to come back, right?
Yeah, it's also a boomerang that really hits him in the face sometimes. But,
We got that ball bouncing back into the Hydra's half. Thor has plenty of boost. Gonna pop that, but Captain Kimmy does pretty well to clear that away. Squirrel is on that ball, but Mr. Whiffs does get a pinch center. The Owls have a good amount of pressure right here. They've got quite a bit of boost to the Hydra's very little, but that's a nice clear there from Captain Kimmy. Squirrel's going to look to grab the boost and collect the ball. Ball does get sort of centered, but he should have enough boost. He's going to air dribble this and get a flip reset on it. Gotta love the defensive flip reset there, Ken.
Yeah, awkward touch from Thor. Okay, it's out to Squirrel. I think the Owls definitely look more comfortable. We're seeing the Hydras look a little apprehensive at times. I'm just a little questionable on like when they should be challenging. But like they'll ease into this series. I think that, there is a lot of pressure on them currently. Big whiff from Mr. Whiff living up to his name there. But Squirrel gonna take a shot here. Gets it past one. Past to mid. Whiffs gets a good touch that he definitely needed on that one. This ball's gonna get carried downfield. Both Hydras in the same corner. Not what you want to see. Thor kind of bails him out there. That probably could have been a good clear downfield with a little bit more time. Kimmy gets one. Squirrel just battling in the corner. A little bit of hockey, fighting along the boards there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a missed opportunity from the Hydras. I think Mr. was trying to flick there was not what I would have advised. I would have just gone for the quick shot. I'm going to try and center that ball for Captain Kimmy. That is going forward, but it's off net. Gives an opportunity for Whiffs to steal boost. Now what's he going to do? That ball's bouncing a little awkwardly. Doesn't quite want to take the hit. Gets bumped for good measure. But Kimmy is there to keep that pressure up. A couple of times, Ken, it seems like the Hydras have had good opportunities that kind of just fizzled out through really no pressure of the Owls.
Yeah, we've kind of seen that, right? I would agree. I think they're definitely settling in a little bit better than they were in the first, minute and a half of this game. But this is a chance for Squirrel. He's just going to slow play this. Gets past, not quite on Mr. Whiffs. Good defense. Kimmy gets a touch. Gonna stay on that. That's going towards net. Squirrel gets one touch. Needs another. Colts gonna stay in this Owls quarter. It's been in this Owls quarter a long time. It's like throughout this game. A lot of pressure Hydras, not a ton of shots to show for it necessarily.
Yeah, definitely. They've had some great opportunities. If they could just execute, I mean, they could definitely be up in this game. Their defense seems to be holding pretty solidly once they've cleaned up some of the communication errors. At this point, Ken, I could really see this game going either way.
Oof, a little miscommunication. Again, a great opportunity, but Kimmy committed on something that Whiffs was going for. Neither one of them make the contact they need to get it in. They get a good save there, though. Thor's going to get this with a lot of boost, though. This is dangerous. Thor already with 1 goal this game. Doesn't go for it there. Gets a good touch from Squirrel. Out to mid. Gets beat, though. Hydras might have a shot here. In the counterattack. Whiffs gets 1. Just off. And that was definitely a good situation for them to be in. But now Squirrel, downfield, has boost, gets just a little off on that pinch attempt. I love the idea.
Yeah, again, the Hydras continue to perform well in the defensive end. Owls have had some good opportunities. Both teams seem very hesitant to push heavily for a goal. So I don't know. I don't want to cast or curse it, but I think we're going to OT, Cone.
I would agree. I would agree that is what it's looking like. That ball's going to drop down. Squirrel gets 1. Hydras keeping it up. Squirrel going to have to carry this the length of the field. And that first touch is not going to let him.
It was deliberate, right? He just wanted the pressure off.
Yep. Definitely, conscious decision made there. I don't want to mess this up and give them a free goal and lose the game off of it. We'll beat them in overtime. We'll see if that plan comes to fruition. Whiffs up early. Had to be with Thor going for the dunk. Squirrel, 1 touch. Open. Whiffs just off to the side. Can he get the double? It's going to be a no. Didn't even go for it. Smartly, just gets boost. And they can keep this pressure going. I don't hate the idea to turn off at times. They're really just playing the pressure games, trying to steal that boost. Starve these Owls. But it doesn't work when Squirrel gets a touch like that.
Yeah, they definitely need to not relinquish the pressure, maybe find a way to hit a ball in an awkward spot and steal boost. Because they've had the Owls in some pretty compromised positions, but just haven't been able to execute. So Mr. Whiffs is going to try and collect this ball. He's going to try and pinch that center. He does pinch center. He can still make a play on that. Squirrels is ready in defense and is going to clear that ball back towards their corner and has the boost for a 50. Let's see if Mr. Whiffs is going to challenge that Squirrel. Trying to hit it center. Mr. Whiffs puts a good shot on, but Thor is there to save it. Squirrel's going to push it to the side. Thor is going to go for a big shot just off. Mr. Whiff should have this. Does come up backwards, but should still be able to get boost and defend. Well defended on the back wall there by Mr. Whiffs. And you're seeing a lot of back and forth here, Ken.
This pass to mid. Down to Kimmy. Pass Squirrel. Can't quite finish, but that was a really good opportunity for the Hydras. And they're really playing, I like what I've seen out of them. They're definitely the underdogs in this series, I feel like. Good demo. Kimmy with a shot just wide off the post. You hear that ding. You hate to hear it if you're the Hydras. Now Squirrel downfield. Pass. Oh.
Oof. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Mr. Whiffs. Did he miss the boost? He was full boost. I think he just really got surprised by Squirrel cutting in field, and so a good play by Squirrel there, putting a solid shot on that. I'm a little bit surprised the way that game ended, Ken, given how hard the Hydras had worked. But they definitely could come back here.
Yeah, all things considered, pretty good game from the Hydras. You hate the way it ended, because, man, that shot looks savable. And, you can probably hear it in the way, my voice going to trail off, like, how did that go in? I didn't expect it to. I don't necessarily think anyone else did either, but, it did. Gives the Owls game 1. And I think we're at a point where, depending on how many people get into playoffs, it might be an every game matters situation for the Owls. Sorry, not for the Owls. For the Hydras. Even if they lose the series, it could just winning 1 game could be the difference in playoffs. I think it depends.
Yeah, that win differential is the second determinant, or the let's say the first tiebreaker after overall series score. So yeah, if you lose, you need to lose well, so to speak. I would say, shot total was definitely more in favor of the Owls. That didn't feel that way as much, but maybe it's just some of those Hydras opportunities that I'm thinking, were missed. But I think Ken, if they can execute on that, I mean, they could have won that game 3-2.
Yeah, I think if you look back at like the possession on ball chasing or something, you're gonna see that ball was in the Owls' half a lot. It was just a matter of the Hydras not really creating offense. It wasn't even shots that they were getting. It was just possession and not a lot more than that. So I agree completely. If they can turn that into just a little bit more efficient touches, great save by Kimmy there on a good shot from Squirrel. Squirrel's gonna keep going on this though. That might be a bit of an overcommit. We'll see. Kimmy's gonna have to get one touch from Thor. There you go. Good play from Kimmy. They're really just surviving on defense here. Kimmy's gonna go for one. Gets it around Squirrel, but Thor's gonna be there. And they really good job in that first 30 seconds to survive all of those shots from the Owls.
Ooh, a nice save there coming in from whiffs after Kimmy's. That's a good shot and on target. Oh, nice save by Squirrel last minute. Ken, I'd love to see another demo play. I feel like the Hydras pulled that out on one of their last attacks in overtime, and it gave them a great opportunity. And I feel like it could really just open the door to an Owls team that's defending pretty well right now.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you got to find something to get Kimmy a little bit more comfortable on offense. I think there were times where she looked a little, I'm not going to say awkward, but just uncomfortable, maybe. That's a good shot. That's a good way to get her involved. That's a pass to whiffs, but he's just a little too fast there. Can't quite slam on the brakes in time. Another missed opportunity, and it's been the story of the series so far. Missed opportunities for the Hydras.
Yeah, a lot of great pressure. When they've had shots, they've looked threatening, but ultimately they've been off target. It's not entirely a matter of the Owls saving great shots. That ball is over. Whiff's coming really far forward while Kimmy had that, but it does work out for them. Let's see how Thor's going to handle that. Is Kimmy going to pressure that ball? Yes, she is. Mr. Whiffs could shoot that. Ooh, that was a good shot, but well saved. I mean, Squirrel's had some great saves thus far in this game, so you do have to give credit to the Owls defense. They're not making it easy.
Yeah, they're definitely doing their part to shut down what feels like a lot of just whiffs, chasing the ball and trying to set up an easy shot for Kimmy, and they're just not letting that happen. Like, it really feels like the goal of this Hydras offense is whiffs gets a 50, the ball rolls out to mid, and Kimmy's waiting, because Kimmy's playing pretty far back a lot of the time.
Yeah, maybe they've gotten punished with counterattack goals, but yeah, I feel like that's not really been a danger for them yet this game. They haven't been punished for pushing too far up, so maybe they could push a little bit further up. A little bit of an opportunity missed by the Owls, but Thor is going to challenge that one quickly. Mr. Whiffs has it, but Kimmy gets demoed. Whiffs is there. That ball is going back into the Owls side. Kimmy is respawned and is back defending. Squirrel certainly does like his fakes and his slow play. I definitely appreciate it. Can really make the defender awkward. So we're almost down to a minute 30 left, Ken, and still no goals. Who do you think is going to strike first?
I think it could be either team. I don't think there's like a definitive, this team's definitely got the pressure at this point. The Hydras have gotten good pressure. Have to convert on one. That's a good pass from Whiffs. Kimmy's there. There we go. That'll open up the scoring. Kimmy finishes off a great pass from Whiffs, and just a little bit too aggressive of a challenge there from the Owls, maybe. Diving past in the corner, and they get punished immediately. And like we said, this Hydras team is putting themselves in good positions, even if they haven't always gotten results.
Well, that's basically the strategy you'd call them out. Mr. Whiffs is trying to create opportunities for Kimmy, does get the ball past the defender, and yeah, we finally see a mistake from the Owls in defense there. How will they respond? There's still plenty of time. It's only a one-goal game. Thor is going to go up to that, but gets challenged very quickly by Kimmy. Whiffs shoots that just off. That would have been a dagger. Oh, but Thor misses. This is an opportunity for Kimmy. She does play it a little slow. Almost an Eagles moment. I got to have one, right? It just feels right.
Yeah, I don't think Thor agrees. I don't think Thor wanted that to be an Eagles moment, but This might be a shot opportunity for Thor if he can cut in on that. Not quite able to, but a great 50 dunk pass to mid. Squirrel. Yep, that's gonna be a goal. Great pass from Thor. That game equalizes that score.
Nice play, and Thor's saying, like, I don't need boost to be a god of thunder, right? He gets a great 50, and then the pass followed by it. So, yeah, we are tied. Could we go into a second OT? I guess that's what I'm wondering now. Watch, I was thinking Squirrel's about to immediately score on that kickoff and get Caster first.
I mean, these teams feel so evenly matched a lot of the time that I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Now, we've cursed that it won't happen, but it definitely won't happen if that ball gets to mid. Squirrel just cut off by Kimmy. Great job by her to get that downfield. And I mean, this ball's kind of dead. No boost for Kimmy. Oh, the Owls know that. Whiff's going to take it. 50 in mid. Oh, the good touch. Just keeps that ball up. Thor's going to let it drop smartly. It's very similar to last game, you know. Just let the ball drop in your own half. Get a reset. Get that kickoff. But Kimmy wins it pretty heavily. Twirl. Boost. Gets it over one. Whiffs. Going to have to get a good recovery there. Does. Really good recovery. That was very key to getting that ball. Get it out of the way. Squirrel in the corner with boost. Gets 50 by whiffs. That ball rolls out to mid. Kimmy waits to challenge. That's a dangerous proposition to make there, but it doesn't get punished. Squirrel.
Yeah, the hesitation there could have bit the Hydras. They did really.
What?
Oh, great bump by Squirrel. Captain Kimmy's not back yet, and yeah, that was a fantastic play by Squirrel. Not the ideal save, but then following that up, bumping Mr. Whiffs. And now with the 2-1 game, we are 2-0 in the series to the Owls. How do you respond to this if you're the Hydras, Ken?
I don't know that you need to change that much, right? Like, you feel very close. And really, that play at the end was great from the Owls. I think that's like the most creative offense we've seen out of them. Because it's been a very low-scoring series in general. I mean, I think we're, 2-1 in this one? Was the first one 3-2 or 2-1? Again,
Yeah, I think it was 3-2.
Like, there's not a lot of offense. So you're not worried about the Owls just running away with things here. If you're the Hydras, just find a little bit more aggression, I think. And get a little bit more just finishing power, right? You don't necessarily need to dive at things, but you need to get the ball to mid for Kimmy more, I think is like what we learned. We saw it work a couple times. That's your goal, I think.
Yeah, I think they need to get the Owls out of their comfort zone. But you're right. I mean, this series, neither this game nor the first game, none of these games have been heavily weighted in to one side or the other. So the fundamental game plan is not a bad one. They just got to get a little bit cleaner on the execution, and maybe dial up the aggression a little bit more. I mean, again, we saw how well that bump play worked on the last one. So we'll see. Hopefully, if you're the Hydras, you absolutely need this win. Again, a lot of teams, and as Ken already pointed to, win-loss differential is huge. If you lose, you need that win-loss differential in your favor.
Yeah. Thor gonna get a good pass to mid here already. Whiffs cuts it off. That's one thing we've seen out of Whiffs. He's been very, very early to jump on defense. And that time it turns into a free goal, and that they didn't have to really work very hard on offense there. That's a great sign for them. Already jumping out to the lead. And yeah, I mean, he's been very active on defense. Just early jumping, making sure that these Owls cannot dive and get anything going.
Yeah, great aerial defense, and who knows? I mean, the Owls might be getting a little overconfident. I'm surprised that early in game number 3, you'd have both players basically being that far up. And Mr. Whiffs gonna flick the ball in, and he is like saying, I'm gonna single-handedly make sure the Hydras keep their playoff hopes alive. Nice flick, able to get that in just past Squirrel. So how will the Owls respond? Hydras start out decisively in game number 3, a must-win game for them. That ball is back in their half. A miss by Squirrel, but a bump on the follow-up. Kimmy is going to be there to clear that ball out. She should get another touch. That ball is in an awkward position, but Mr. Wilson may be a little too far back for that. So you've got both of the Owl players coming down. Mr. Whiffs challenges early, cutting off the potential flick opportunity. Kimmy is very far forward on that. Mr. Whiffs should be able to play that in the corner, but Thor is waiting, decides not to go for the ball. Gonna try and bump that center, but that could be in a dangerous spot. Squirrel just saves it. It's definitely looking like if the Hydras can maintain the defense that they've had, I think they could win this game. Their defense has been so solid, only letting in just a couple.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that has been spearheaded by just Whiff's early challenges. And I think that the Owls haven't really found a way to deal with that. Their playstyle, knowing Squirrel, is a lot around, not really solo plays, but, not a lot of sustained pressure where you can catch someone out of rotation. It's single, doinks over people and whatnot. Great touch from Kimmy. Gonna keep this ball in their half. Whiffs goes up. Gets beat by Thor. Squirrel gonna collect this. Gets one good touch. Catches it. Gets beat away by Whiffs again. Whiffs just so active on defense. But Thor gonna get a good touch. Well, gets a touch. Like, not the one he wanted. But Squirrel will be able to collect this. And Hydras, I think you are very content to just kill some time with this 2-goal lead. That's a pass to Kimmy. That's gonna go right into Thor. That's a great opportunity. And I mean, a tough shot to thread that needle, so nothing really Kimmy should have done differently. It was a good attempt. And that's definitely not just killing clock when they're going for a play like that. Whiffs the shot. That's going to bounce off the bar. Down. Kimmy wide again. Have some pressure there from Thor. But, I mean, the Hydras are just dominating this corner again. Pinch off the ceiling from Whiffs and just barely saved away by Thor.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right that is so much in the Hydra's favor. They've wasted, had to have been almost a minute of just time extended in the Owls' half. A little bit of an awkward ball there for Whiffs. He actually handles that very well, so well that Thor was ready to back off. And another good 50. Squirrel will get back. But yeah, I mean, this Hydra's team has kept the pressure on, not really giving the Owls any opportunity. It's kind of like the best defense is a good offense that never lets your opponent back in their half.
Yeah, you don't really have to play defense if the other team never has a shot opportunity. So, I mean, that works. That works for them. And it's a bit of a change from what we saw earlier in the series. Thor with a good chance there, gets 50'd early by Whiffs, and again, it just creates this downfield rush where the Hydras have a chance in a counterattack, and that's a good pass to mid, but no one will be there. I don't think you can expect Whiffs to be across for that.
Yeah, I mean, overall smart plays by the Hydras in offense. They're being very careful. I love that demo right there. But they're being very careful not to overcommit. They don't need to force anything. The worst thing you can do is make a mistake right now and give an easy goal. Mr. Whiffs, great handle off that with limited boost. Squirrel is back, but if you're the Owls right now, you need a goal. You need a goal soon, or else we're going to have our first game that doesn't go to overtime, Kim.
Yeah, Whiffs is going to bang this downfield. Wide again.
Just off.
I feel like if he had made a couple of those in the first couple of games, the series would probably, be looking at a sweep in the Owls' favor, or sorry, the Hydra's favor, honestly, because he's missed a couple of those. That ball's gonna roll. Whiffs gets the touch he needs. Thor just not quite able to get there, not quite having the pace. 40 seconds left, still plenty of time, but the Owls need something quick. Need something pretty immediate. They're gonna collect the ball. Thor, a little awkward. Gets it past Whiffs still. Kimmy awkward as well. Gets one touch. Squirrel's probably going to bang this downfield to Thor, looking for the pass. Thor chose to peel off. And as the clock ticks down to 20 seconds, and Whiffs gets another opportunity. One. Pass to Kimmy. That's another goal. That should cement this third game for the Hydras.
And really a solid effort all around from the Hydras. I feel like they cleaned up the mistakes. They scored early, and there were so many opportunities where they could have over pushed, they could have double committed, they could have pressed too hard, and they didn't. They smartly chose not to, and they didn't give the Owls way back in. So are we going to see a turnaround to the series? Are we going to see a reverse sweep? I guess we'll just have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0. That's the most convincing win we've seen all series by the team that was down 2-0. I have to wonder what changed for them, because it felt like a lot of the same, really. The Owls didn't even get the shots off that they got off the first couple games.
Yeah, they were pinned back so much, and I mean, the Owls have led in shots the first 2 games, but it's been close. This is the first game in this match that's really been heavily weighted to one side, and that was clearly to the Hydras. So I mean, the Owls are up by 2. They've obviously got basically 2 more opportunities to win this series. They cannot get pinned back like that because they just didn't have an opportunity to get their offense even started in that game.
Yeah, I would agree. And, a little uncharacteristic, honestly. I think this Owls team can bounce back. But, like we said, those first 2 games weren't exactly bad from the Hydras. So, not, not surprising. And, as we've pointed out, Owls already locked in for playoffs. So, there's not a ton of pressure on them. But you would love to play spoiler and keep another team out. So, we'll see what
Absolutely,
happens as
yeah.
we go to game 4.
But you were right in your assessment. I mean, if Mr. Whiff starts hitting the long shots on some of those opportunities he has, I think this match goes in the Hydra's favor because that's just going to make it even more uncomfortable for the Owls to press up. Captain Kimmy does get a solid 50 there, but Squirrel's going to put it back toward net. He is up. He is going to get another touch, maybe in an awkward spot. That ball is still awkward, but I don't think Squirrel has enough boost to do anything with it. A good demo by Thor. That ball is going to bounce center, but Thor probably cannot get to that. Gets an awkward touch. Captain Kimmy is going to challenge it right away, and she's going to try and hit that ball center. That is a center ball. Mr. Whiff wisely backs off, going to try and hit that back center, but 50 right away by Thor. Going for bumps and demos. We're definitely already seeing the aggression coming out from the Owls in terms of the physical play.
Yeah, I mean, that's one good adaptation they can make when they aren't really getting a lot of pressure. Thor gets one good touch. That's past Whiffs. No punishment there, though, for the whiff. Oh, and Thor just wants to be a menace now. I think I see what the game plan is. They lost one and said, nah, we're not doing that again.
It can work. It can bite you in the butt if you're not careful. So I think we gotta, if you're Thor, you have to go for smart demos. You can't be like, all right, I'm gonna chase this guy in demo while my teammate's getting 1v1'd.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're absolutely right there. But we're going to see Kimmy, get a good touch. Going to delay any Owls offense, buy some time for Whiffs to get back. Sitting in net with 100 boost. Gets the good touch. Squirrel back to mid. Thor plugging to try and turn on this. The Whiff's just up so early. Gonna get beat here by Squirrel, though. And this ball, dangerous in this Hydra's corner, but not too dangerous with Whiffs turning early again. Gets the beat on one. Thor dives, doesn't make contact, but Kimmy dives right into where Whiffs is. That's an awkward challenge, and that's an open net for the Owls.
Yeah, there is the Hydras making a mistake. I mean, Kimmy can't challenge that ball if she's the only defender back, and got beat handily on that. And the Owls strike first. There's still a ton of time left. A lot of opportunity for the Hydras to make a comeback, especially if their offense can execute like they did last game. But, the defensive plays could be working here. Or, the more aggressive bump and demo plays could be working. Just getting the Hydras uncomfortable. Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could have guessed that it would work after the first couple of games where we saw Kimmy, playing so far back, playing a little slow and methodical. That's the kind of person that you can just kind of chase and cause chaos with. So, not a surprise to see that. We know Squirrel loves them. He's probably up there in the leaderboard stats-wise for demos a game, but that's a pass to mid. Squirrel gets one good touch. Second one. Yeah, not a surprise to see that out of this Owls team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely them. It feels like the Owls team has already gotten the Hydras to be more uncomfortable. That ball is going to bounce center. Can anyone go for it? Kimmy is going to go for it, but does miss. Whiffs is looking for a boost. Can't find a whiff of it, looks like. Does finally get his back corner, but now they're all the way back. Well defended, hits him in the corner, gonna 50, but Squirrel beats him cleanly. Can he get the double? Kimmy is there to clear that ball out. Also should be able to get the boost. Mr. Whiff wisely left it, but gets beat to the mid boost by Squirrel, challenged quickly. And that's a nice pinch. Not on target, but that bought a lot of time for the Owls to stop that attack. And Kimmy is in an awkward spot. she does well enough to maybe keep the Owls from challenging that ball, but yeah, the potency of the offense from last game, Kim, seems gone for the Hydras.
Yeah, they just aren't quite playing at the same pace, it feels like. That's their biggest issue. Like, the defense is still on that pace, but shot from Squirrel, gonna get beat by whiffs. They need a big clear here to keep that going, but that's a pass back to Thor. Back into the corner. Neither Hydra has boost. They are basically dry. And I don't think they're going to get any anytime soon, considering how this Owls team is going to play. Looking to keep pressure on. This is going to be pass to mid, right to Thor. Gets a touch. That's slotted into the bottom right corner of that net, and that is a great pass and shot combo from the Owls.
Yeah, and I mean, for as long as the Owls starved them, it almost felt like a foregone conclusion. The Hydras just couldn't get enough boost to defend or really clear that ball out. And it's interesting how the pendulum has swung really back in the Owls' favor after what seemed like such a decisive Hydras win.
Yeah, very, very surprising to see. I mean, this is very different from the other two, but whiffs, that's an open net, and that's signs of life. They have a chance. 2-1, 1-goal differential, 40 seconds. They could make something happen.
And that's always, I'm always impressed when somebody's able to do that when they're down, because I feel like to be able to have the mental capacity to decide to fake when your brain is probably thinking, I've got to score, I've got to score, I've got to score. So this could be the start of a comeback. Could we see another overtime game? That's a great shot, a great save by Mr. Whiffs. Captain Kimmy followed that up, and she does get it for him. On net. Squirrel is there, but doesn't hit the ball center. That is just on target. And Mr. Whiffs ties the ball up. Definitely a misplay there from Squirrel, but you got to give credit to the Hydras for the way that they turned that around and have evened up this game.
Yeah,
Will we get a third overtime?
Oh wow, yeah, we can hope. But I mean, Kimmy did a great job there. Didn't get a touch, but just her presence was enough to dissuade any, good touch from Squirrel. Really put the pressure on, made it awkward for him. This ball's gonna go rush downfield though. Whiffs with no boost. That's a flick from Squirrel, and he gets revenge for getting Axel broken last just a couple of seconds ago. And that is a brutal one for the Hydras. You just come back from 2 down, and then they get scored on, and now you have to do it again.
That is hard. I mean, Kimmy was very far forward, probably feeling that confidence from the previous play, but your teammate gets caught in a 1v1 with not enough boost and an awkward position. Can the Hydras score? Just 10 seconds left. They've got to take possession right now. Well defended there by Thor. Can Kimmy get a bounce? That could be playable by Mr.
great
Whiffs, and he
play.
goes up first. That's just off, but can Kimmy fall? No! That was a good series, though. You got to give credit to the Hydras for not letting the Owls run away with it in Game 3. But that last goal was brutal after the comeback.
Yeah, that series is going to read 3-1. It felt much closer than that. That's
100% agree.
Yeah. That is unfortunate for the Hydras. I believe they're still alive in playoffs, but obviously they do not control their own fate at this point with all 10 series played for them. The Owls as well move to 7-3, if I can do math correctly. Yeah, 7-3. They're gonna look to keep things going into the playoffs. But yeah, great series for both teams. The Owls didn't really feel like they had to do a ton a lot of the time, right? Like, the last game was the only one where we really saw them create their own opportunities, as I believe.
We have the man himself here, the God of Thunder. And now the is there a Nordic god that's a squirrel too? I can't remember.
No, but there's a messenger. Ratatosker goes
Yeah,
down
Okay.
the tree.
I played Smite. I know it.
I was like, I played God of War. Like, I think there's a squirrel.
There is.
But welcome, guys. How do you feel after that win?
Feeling all right. Feeling good.
What did you guys change specifically in Game 3? Because we feel like really close, or excuse me, Game 4, really close Game 1, really close Game 2 that you guys both pulled off in OT. Hydras had a decisive Game 3, and then you guys had a pretty decisive Game 4. What was the adaptation there?
I went back to Octane and
Mm-hmm.
stopped trolling. Actually, we realized they were super aggressive game 3, so going into game 4, we kind of realized we had to either go for some like low 50s or either fake challenge, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
I was trying to bump a little bit more too, try to break up some of that aggression.
That
We
was
definitely noticed the
noticed.
bumps. Well, I mean, we expected that from you, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what else do you guys do, right?
I changed music playlist on Spotify. I went from lo-fi to Dragon Force.
I mean, if that doesn't pump
That's a
you up,
change.
I don't know what will, right?
Yeah.
So are you guys? You'd already punched your ticket to playoffs, but now potentially even better seeding with the way things are looking. How are you feeling about your chances to take it all?
Pretty good. Me and Thor have played together a lot, so we know how we play. And then with our third Jimmy,
The GOAT.
I think we're sitting pretty good. We're on a what 4-game win streak going into playoffs. So I'm super confident.
Hold on, let me check. I gotta make sure you're right on that.
Yeah, I think it's been 3-0s for the last 4 weeks.
Yes, except with just 3-1. So it's 4 in a row before going into playoffs.
Oh yeah, 3-0. My fault.
Definitely getting hot at the right time.
Fun fact, this is one of 2 matches for us this season that wasn't a sweep either way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you guys just either sweep or be swept, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Put a lot of
I guess
content out of you guys.
Yikes.
I mean, you hate playing the game. You want to get it over with either way, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, my goal is to play this game as little as possible, while
I know
also
you.
being like in playoffs at the very least.
Well, you succeeded.
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's too right as a streamer. You're just so conscious of Lasagna who's streaming tonight and being like, he needs to get to bed on time. He's got things to do.
I understand
I just think
that
that's really thoughtful.
100%. Yeah. That's what I was really here for. I wanted to make sure that Lasagna could get an early night, except for the fact that he has one more match
One more series, yeah.
one more series to stream. So I helped him with a little bit of a break, but not the whole night.
It's really selfless, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, is there anyone else that you guys want to thank or show appreciation for?
Jimmy, our third.
Jimmy, our third, the brick wall, as we
The
like to
brick
call it.
wall. Jimmy the wall,
game.
the one that holds the team together. The GOAT, the man himself.
Well, you
And
heard it,
Goob.
Jimmy.
I guess Goob is there too.
Yeah, good.
No, don't thank her.
Oh, okay.
And I guess our expert team is there too, I guess.
Our expert team has been actually really nice for us this season because we've
Yeah,
scrimmed them quite a bit, especially for warm-up scrims.
Last 2 weeks, I think. So it's been pretty nice.
It's been good.
I feel like it can go either way because I feel like we scrimmed our Adept team a few times, and every time I felt like they would lose afterwards. So I feel like we set them up poorly. So I need to consult the expert owls on how to better warm up the Adept team.
I mean, there's been seasons past where we ask the league above to scrim us and they just body us literally the whole time, but then we sweep the match like very decisively. So it really depends on what the team takes away from it.
Well, it was a great series. Really, really close. I know it was a 3-1, but definitely with the first 2 games and even the 4th game there. So it was a joy for me to watch. I'm excited to see you guys in playoffs. Ken, is there anything else you want to ask these fine gentlemen about?
Just who are you looking forward to playing in playoffs? Any teams in particular? You maybe a spicy rematch, or you didn't get to play during the main season? I mean,
hopefully, granted we make it to finals, we could play the Vipers because I did not get to play them this season, and I know they're a really solid team. I think
that was one of the 3 games that we lost was against the Vipers.
Yikes. What Ramsey? Rams need to win their game, right, and then they're in. So hopefully the Rams can pull off a dub. Here's to hoping.
Here's to hoping. They are facing the top seed, aren't they?
I don't know.
They are
playing
facing
the
Unicorns
this week.
Yep,
Oh.
they're facing them at 11 tonight, actually.
Well, unicorns low-key kind of throw. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
No, please don't
Good.
actually.
No,
You'll
please
get your
actually don't
tip
do that.
later.
It would be interesting to see the Rams take it, because if they don't,
If they don't,
Is it just,
Hydras are in. So Rams
that's-
essentially need to win their game, and then Hydras get knocked out, I think.
That's what the Hydras got to be hoping for if they want a rematch against you guys.
Ooh, yeah, it kind of depends on how seeding goes. I like a rematch against Hydras. They gave us a run for our money. I had fun playing them.
it was a good match.
100% agree.
But with that, unless you guys have anything else to add, we got to get ready for our last match of the night, which is going to be. Should have been ready to say this when I started this.
An elite matchup.
Coyotes and Unicorns. Yeah. So,
Nice.
everyone, about 10-minute break. We'll be right back with one more match for the night. See how it goes. Thank you all for watching. I've been Ken. I'll be hopping off after this one. Thank you.
But I'm sticking around.
Yeah, nobody cares about you.
Fair.
Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started.
Maybe feelings change, I could be never. All the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company. Keeping you captive in guilty chains.
We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. Tomorrow we build, depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Caught up in your gravity. Always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated. Maybe we get started again. Caught up in your gravity. Always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we get started again. We get started again. We get started.
your skin for so long. Oh, I am in your head, so tell me, is it wrong? Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. Oh, you fell under my spell, so well, so well. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell, my spell, my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell. You fell under my You fell under my spell now. You fell under my spell, my spell. What I feel, my spell inside, my spell. I know it's right. What I can, my spell, and I hide, my spell, my steal. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, my spell, my spell. You fell under my spell now, 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 now. You fell under my spell now, 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 now. You fell under my spell now. Dancing in the shadows, waiting for new light, being with you. And this new sunrise is upon us. A new sunrise is all we need. New to the moon, day and night, journey with you. Out valley, far out, we're never coming down, If we're getting closer, if we're getting closer, if we're getting closer, if we're getting closer.
Good evening, FDL viewers. Welcome back to our final match of this evening. We have an elite matchup between the Unicorns and the Coyotes. Unicorns leading their division. Coyotes, unfortunately, don't have an opportunity to make playoffs, but this is purely a grudge match, seeing if they can take one off of the leader before they go out. Also, I'm excited to announce that due to forces beyond our control that I will not ask questions of, we are being joined by none other than Goob in the casting booth. Goob, how are you?
I'm loving my profile picture. That was a surprise for me, and I'm so happy with it. Otherwise, I'm doing all right. I just got to watch my Adept Owls take a win, so I'm feeling good.
You know, I would assume most owls are adept. It's just that the whole type of animal are very adept. But yes, I'm also realizing that Lasagna has decided to add a few F's in front of my name. That's fine, just for emphasis, I'm assuming. I am very excited. Do you think we should get this game started?
I think we should. I think that we're a little late on starting, but that's fine.
There was some discontent on the part of the Coyotes for their home map, but you know, not all dogs like where they live. All right, let's see. We've got Sif going against Caden on the kickoff. So again, the Unicorns are already a lock on playoffs. Coyotes have no path to get there, but can they take down the top team just for bragging rights? Maybe to take a little bit of confidence out of them. Sif is going to hit that down. Caden is there, going to be able to turn that around. Going to get challenged very quickly with Prosperity, but that is an unfavorable 50 for the Coyotes. Sif is there again, gets challenged immediately. Caden is going to go up. Got enough boost to be able to do something. Not able to get the ball, but does bump Prosperity. Sif clearing that ball back down. Elite should be able to control this. Going to try to pick a boost, but Sif beats him to the boost, but does get an unfavorable 50. Caden is going to go over Prosperity, who's in a bit of an awkward spot, but Sif comes around in the rotation to save him. And almost a minute in, Goob, and we haven't seen any offense. You think this is going to be a defensive battle?
Yeah, Elite is more commonly a defensive battle. It just that like the defensive skill is also higher, I feel like, in Elite than any other league. So we'll see if Sifri can get something going here for the Coyotes, but looks like Prosperity is taking it in instead, and it just kind of falls in.
A nice shot there from Prosperity. Gets it around. Sif misses the pinch, or maybe it was a deliberate setup. And Prosperity, honestly, surprising. And how often does that work out where you're the defender assuming one guy's going to hit it and the other guy comes in completely out of your expectations? So a little calculated misdirection there from the Coyotes to get their first goal. Prosperity going in the air. Does get a pretty good 50, but that does not go on that. Caden is there, but he does get the boost steal. But Caden is low on boost. The Coyotes are full, but Elite is going to put that towards their net. Prosperity with a very good clear. Sif is there. Can he get this on target? Going to go for the double. I don't think he has enough boost. Prosperity trying to keep the pressure on. That mid boost did not come up, but he should be able to make a touch towards net. Popping above the net. Elite's going to collect it. Prosperity almost gets bumped by Caden. Elite is going ahead, trying to wreak havoc, but Sif has got control of that ball. Gets challenged by Caden, but that ball's not in the clear yet. Does miss that follow-up. So continuing with the defensive battles, maybe we'll caster curse ourselves again, Goob, and have another goal immediately.
And you did!
I did it.
Every
I'm
time.
on a roll.
We
You know,
just
if we want to
caster
see
curse
goals,
prosperity into
if
winning.
we just got to say that the defense is looking really solid, and there just will be a goal immediately. All right, we've got the kickoff of Elite. Does hit the ball directly to Sif. Sif should have a reset on this. Chooses not to use it. Chooses to go for the wave dash. Caden has got control of the ball. Prosperity challenging. Caden has got that ball passed, but it might have gone too hard. He's not able to get back there. Prosperity with a nice touch to keep that clear. But Caden does bump Sif out of the way. Elite's got full boost and a lot of room to play with, but he does get challenged. Actually fakes. I like that fake and going low. Sif looks for the ceiling pinch, but he's not able to get it. So Caden does have a shot, but gets challenged and shut down quickly by Prosperity. You know, the way good that this game is going, I don't see a lot of offense happening really quickly. So I feel like if you're the Coyotes, you got to be feeling pretty happy.
Yeah, something about the Coyotes' defense is just not lending itself well to the Unicorns' offense. But looks like Sif is going to go up for that right now, trying to just keep it continually in the Unicorns' half as much as possible, because the best defense is a good offense.
As we learned from our match of the Adept Owls and Hydras, you know, if you keep your
Yeah.
opponent from having the ball, and again, whenever we start to do anything analytical, the Coyotes decide to score.
Prosperity
So
scores! Prosperity can thank me later with $100. As I say that, he gets another
he's going to
goal.
score again. I mean, is it?
I
It's
am
like,
not getting paid.
It's
I swear.
$33. It's $33 a goal, right? So now you're up to 133.
That's a pretty good rate, actually. I'll take that.
That's pretty good. You know,
That's pretty
some
good.
matches over the series. I mean, that's you're getting paid like a very expensive lawyer, basically.
Honestly, I'm on retainer for the Elite Coyotes. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Oh, the Unicorns do strike back. That's a nice pass.
That was a nice pass.
Elite able to get that. Not a ton of boost, but is able to get that ball over just in front of Prosperity. Comes off, unable to make the save. It's not a lot of time against a defense this good to come back from 3 goals, but it is theoretically possible.
I mean, I think that's honestly a really good amount of time for Elite still. Like, they have a good chance. Elite the league, not the player. But, you know, as Caden and Elite bring the ball down into their half right now, nice demo and getting it in.
Well, you know, it could both be Elite the player and the league. So
apparently,
you know, I was thinking of that old El Paso ad of "Por qué no los dos." That's what Elite is saying right at the moment. Got another kickoff between Sif and Caden. This one does seem to go in the Coyotes' favor, but Elite does have boost. Prosperity is going to hit that towards net. Again, if you're the Coyotes at this point, probably just not looking. Oh, a great air dribble bump. And Caden gets it in. That is a great air dribble bump. Had Sif in the air defending, decides to get that last touch, and Goob, they might be coming back.
I mean, yeah, now there's a minute and it's a 1-point game. This is anyone's game. I think that Prosperity's not paying me enough right now. I think that's what's happening.
You got to talk him up more.
As Caden goes for a very nice shot, but gets defended. And take it away.
So Elite coming back down does pick up that corner boost. Sif has 0, but what a save. Caden keeps that clear and keeps the ball out. That was as close as you can get without it being a goal. Little bit of a dangerous ball there. Prosperity's there, and he puts it in the net. So there we are. The magic's working for Prosperity again. He is prosperous once again.
Prosperous. $2,000 per goal now. That's the new price.
That is, money well spent in my mind, right?
I mean, on a game that you can't get into playoffs on? Oh, absolutely. but they're gonna try their hardest anyway, and I respect that so much. So, great shot again from Prosperity, just quite a bit off, which I could not tell when I said that. So, now Elite's trying to get another offensive play going with Caden. Time is clicking down though, so looks like it's gonna end up being a wait.
Oh, they got one more on 0
right at
seconds.
0. I was hoping they would still have like 1 second of play. That would have been
Just
way more
for the kickoff.
entertaining, but yeah, that was nice.
Couldn't do it a little better. So I mean, a solid game number 1. I mean, Prosperity obviously really carrying things. You know, the thought I had is like, right, maybe he's thinking I can't make playoffs, but maybe I could, if I score an insane amount of goals, I'll set the single season record for goals.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know
'cause,
how
I mean,
close he actually is.
not close, but you know what? He's doing his best. The scores are pretty even, honestly. The Coyotes, like, they're both pretty even scores, and then Unicorns are both also pretty even.
You know, Unicorn's really having that flurry late in the game. I mean, we're
Yeah.
scoreless for a large part of that, and so I mean, certainly if they can sustain that type of offense, this could be a very close series. They've just got to figure it out sooner. Again, maybe they're taking the game. I'm not. I'm not I'm not into their whatever their psychology is in the moment, but you know, do you think they're taking the game just a little bit easy, maybe just goofing around, knowing that they've already won playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about that. I think most teams do still want to have a good showing, and I haven't checked, although I've been checking like every standing ever the last like 2 hours, but they may still have to play for seeding, so it might still have a little bit of impact for them. I don't know. Let me actually check that while the game starts.
Yeah, well, Goob's getting an update on that. We'll get this game started off, but yeah, I mean, it definitely could have been a little bit mentally of maybe not taking the Husk or the Coyotes as seriously. Thinking of another dog team, but Sif should have control of this ball. Does get a nice bounce where he's able to take to the air. Caden is on the back wall ready to defend. Sif does not have the reset. It looked like he had the reset. Prosperity's got control, got it over 1. Really just trying to keep the ball away from the Unicorns at this point. Sif's in the air again. Does seem to have the reset that time. Not able to do too much with it. Elite trying to carry that ball out, but is going to get challenged by Prosperity. Caden up. Decides not to go for it, going to take it back to the ground, but gets challenged right away by Sif. Elite is there. Little bit of a dangerous ball. Sif is right there, but Elite is able to come back down. That's a nice defensive play from an awkward cut. Both of the Unicorns players very close to one another. Caden looking to take that one up the wall towards their center, but Sif is there to defend. So thus far, I'm going to jinx us, Goob, and say it's another defensive battle for the first minute.
Yeah, I would consider that accurate. However, I do need to fact check us. Coyotes are in playoffs. Top 3 from each franchise. Top 3 from each league.
Okay.
Conference. Oh my God, are gonna make it in, and the Rams are the eliminated one from Stealth and Elite. So the Unicorns are also. This game really has no meaning whatsoever for either team. Still though, the seeding is gonna be locked in. Unicorns are going to have a bye for the first round of playoffs, so they honestly just needed to not forfeit the match. That's kind of where we're at here. Oh, a very good save from Sif.
Yeah, and a very nice shot from Elite. And that is I was I'll own that mistake, thinking only 4 teams made it in Elite playoffs.
Yeah, but then you said it, and I said yes without checking who we were talking about.
You know, I have that power over people where they just presume because I wear glasses that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that checks out.
But here we have the first goal of game number 2 by the Unicorns. I would like to see a goal explosion that has a horn on that T-Rex for them to really commit, but maybe that's too much to ask. But will the Coyotes respond? Sif has a great opportunity, and he is going to put it in.
The answer is yes, they will.
I asked the question, they answered it.
They answered it, and they answered the goal from Elite. or Caden, whoever scored. I think it was Elite. As we go into kickoff number 3. Prosperity and Elite fighting over the ball. Sif is gonna get blown up. I hesitated, but it was entertaining, so.
Sif
Prosperity
decided
is...
to cease to exist.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if he made the choice, but you know what? It happened. And he scores again, so it's working out for him.
You know, a nice 50, maybe not a deliberate pass, but a great 50 by Prosperity there. And you know, I know myself personally, I'm always so mad when I lose a 50 to the Dominus in the Fennec. So if I were either one of the unicorns right now, I'd be a little bit annoyed by that. But credit to Prosperity for his ability to manipulate that hitbox.
Absolutely. As Elite is now going for another shot, but Sif does not want him to. But Caden is bringing it right in for him to get defended yet again. Really strong defense from this Coyote team all series so far.
Yeah, they've been in some precarious spots. You know, really only had that kickoff and another misplay that led to the goals. So when they're in that defending, they are very hard to score on.
For sure. Oh.
Bit of an
Seems
awkward
like a
touch
bit of
there
a
from
missed touch,
Prosperity. Yeah. Elite beating Sif to that ball. This could be a dangerous ball for the Coyotes, but Prosperity right there. Oh, does get dunked hard by Caden. He is like, I am not losing to this hitbox again. I thought he managed that pretty well, but Caden picking a very good time to challenge. And we have a tie game, Goob.
I love a good tie game when it's not the Owls. Nice kickoff from the Unicorns. Getting it up in the middle. Sif's gonna just knock it lightly towards the goal. Unicorns are bringing it downfield again, with Caden trying to pass it middle for Elite, but not quite on, as Elite casually walks back to defend his own net against these weird little animals, the Coyotes.
We've got a teammate pool shot attempt there. Caden bumping into Elite, but it doesn't look like it worked out, although I have to imagine it was very unpredictable to the Coyotes. Prosperity rushing that ball. He's going to try and hit that center. Actually going off the wall. Does save his flip. Caden controls that well despite 0 boost, and Sif does keep him from getting any more boost. Bit of an awkward spot for the Unicorns, but Elite does defend that well. Does get the double, but that's in an awkward spot. Prosperity is able to send that towards the Huskies net. Sif going to again put it in the center spot. But Elite clearing that very well. Does get the reset at the end. Not able to do much. Caden driving ahead looking for a demo, but actually both of the Husky players were out of both of the Coyotes are out of the net. Keep wanting to call them Huskies. I need we need a cat franchise in here so that I can not get the dog ones confused.
That's fair.
I'm surprised no one has ever complained that the league is not biased against cats, because you know, cats and there's a lot of birds, some dogs, but no cats.
I love how you're just discussing that as the most disgusting long shot of the game happens. Prosperity just launching that downfield to get it not tied up with 4 seconds left. Unicorns need to respond.
Caden hitting that ball center. Can Elite keep it up? He does his best. This could still be in play, but it does bounce down. And the Coyotes take game number 2. I would say Prosperity played another great game, but Sif really stepped it up. So I'm guessing we're going to have a car change from Caden. Probably frustrated with losing to Prosperity's Dominus and 50s. So maybe he's thinking, I'll give him a little taste of his own medicine. What car do you go to after you've used the Octane, Goob? Like what's your change up car?
The boxy one. The
Fennec?
Yeah. I am not a car expert. IRL or Rocket League. I do prefer the Octane. It just feels lighter to me. I don't know. I haven't played the game in 7 years, but this is a totally well-rounded opinion of mine. The Fennec is also the sexiest car in Rocket League, so that is my go-to about backup.
It's got a nice sort of like hot hatch look to it. To use like European car lingo, but we'll see if the car change does make a difference. Let's see. What
Not tell what that
is
is.
I can't see Caden on screen just yet. Going to be going against Sif on the kickoff.
I
We'll
see
see
Elite and
what
I am
is the charge
confused.
choice.
Oh my.
Oh, he's going with the Vulcan. That is a throwback to when the Starbase Arc update came out. And Elite is also going with
They in matching
Esper.
cars?
No,
Oh.
Elite is in the Esper, which is another, I think, from the same update. So clearly they're both coordinating.
Very cute.
So the Vulcan, for those of you who don't know, I think it's Octane hitbox, but it does look very weird, and I have absolutely no idea what the Esper.
Oh,
Sif breaking
Sif
a
broke-
rule 1. I am
they have to
a little bit concerned about his eligibility in FDL at this
yeah,
point.
I don't know about that. That should be a point. Ton like write this down. new moderation rule. For legal reasons, I'm joking. And Prosperity almost sneaks a goal in, but Elite does not want him to do that. As Elite's continuing to bring the ball down as Caden misses his shot due to defense.
Caden's there with the ball, able to get a 50. Elite a little low on boost, does grab the boost, should be in a position to defend, gets a pretty favorable 50. Both of the unicorns are there. Caden very low boost, Annie is going to get scored on. Looks like he might have missed a wave dash. Because I thought he had enough boost. Yeah, he's trying to come off the wall. Oh, he tried to do the zap dash thing where you can wave dash coming off the curvature of the wall. I can't do it myself, so
I've never even heard
unfortunately
that. So
did not
that's
work
crazy.
out for him. But yeah, so far the maybe let's say a bit of a meme car play and that has not worked out. Maybe the Huskies are just trying to keep it light until playoffs.
Coyotes? Unicorns?
Sorry, yes.
Not the Huskies. I don't know who you're talking about now.
One of these teams. My brain has already decided. Oh, there's a
That
great
was
double
a
for
great
Elite.
shot.
The angle that he was able to get this in from, he was so high above the net. That's so hard to defend against. Really a great shot there from Elite. So he's saying to me like, hey, this isn't just a meme car. I main the Esper.
I mean, they're funky little looking cars. I respect it. I know I've seen before people put on like a meme car and just absolutely dumpster the other team. I know several seasons ago, my Star Owls team put on like the Ford F-150s together and like went nuts. So a good meme car play can work.
It can. It's like I feel like it's one of those things like 40% of the time it works every time.
I love statistics.
All right, that ball's sitting back in the Unicorn's back half. Prosperity is going to collect it in midfield, a lot of boost, putting that on net. Sif is going to try to read that. Actually, almost does. That was a tricky rebound. Prosperity is going to take that back into the Coyotes half, collect boost, and try and clear that out. Going for the team pinch. Unfortunately, didn't work out, but I love the setup idea there. Prosperity hitting that ball towards the Unicorn's half. That car sounds so annoying. That is getting really distracting for me. It's like not an engine sound. I suppose it's not as bad as the vocal engine sound of somebody who's going. Prosperity collecting this ball, gets demoed for his troubles. And Elite is there to 50 that ball quickly. Caden is up, trying to double, not able to get up for that, did not have enough boost. And Sif beats Elite to the ball. Caden is back with full boost and time though to defend. Does get the ball back, but Sif is right there to hit that ball back towards center. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication from the Unicorns. Trying to back pass to Prosperity, but Elite is up and there to handle it. And definitely a very even game 3, dude. I could see this going either way at this point.
I mean, Unicorns are fighting for their life right now. They're down 2 in the series. They need to win this game. Coyotes there's no pressure on them. This has no effect on their season, and this game, they already have won 2 of them. So the Unicorns really need to finish this game strong. Kind of like how they came back in game 1. They need to do that right now in the last minute of play. Like right now.
Oh, Prosperity almost had an opportunity with the ceiling shot there, but yeah, I mean, definitely a must-win if they want to stay in this series. Sif challenging very early as Caden's air dribbling, and that ball is in, and there is Prosperity setting it up for a potential Coyotes sweep. You know, there's a lot of time left, but at this stage of this game group, there's so much pressure down on the
Yeah, especially now that they're down 1. But I have not counted them out in any game yet, so. Oh, and that's a
Not
really
with a
good
kickoff like that either.
Oof.
Maybe 300 IQ play. Sif now has control of the ball. Gonna pass back. I like the back passes that the Coyotes are using, making sure they're maintaining possession, trying to keep the Unicorns from it, but the Unicorns are coming down no matter what. Bump attempt, that ball is in a very dangerous spot, and it's gonna be in by Elite, scoring in the Elite League, and we have a tie ball game.
We sure do. This is the last 30 seconds of the potentially last regular season game for both of these teams. Everything is on the line.
You know,
honestly, I want to see more games. So. That was a mistake to say. Sorry, Unicorns.
Yeah, you cast or cursed it really hard there, Goob.
Yes,
As Sif puts a banger of a shot on, Caden's so close to saving that. That's one of those you're hoping for that new annoying post sound as you save it. Again, this kickoff going very much in favor of the Coyotes. Prosperity had loads of time, and at this point doesn't even need the goal, just needs to waste time. Caden trying to come back, but he doesn't have any boost. Elite gets demoed. Caden again hits the ball a little dangerously towards his own net, but it's really an attempt to maintain possession. So this is looking very dangerous for the Unicorns. They're not able to keep possession, and that ball is going to hit the ground, and that is a sweep for the Coyotes.
What a
Not what I was
series, though.
expecting.
I don't think many people were expecting that, honestly. But it was still a pretty entertaining game. And like I said, they kind of just both needed to show up and play the match and then, start getting prepared for playoffs. So whatever works for them works for me, as long as they post the replays.
Yes, replays are a must. But yeah, maybe a little bit of psychology in that, right? If you're the Coyotes, going into playoffs with a win is certainly going to help. If you're the Unicorns, maybe they run into the Coyotes again in playoffs. Are they going to be a little bit unsure? So who knows? But we'll be excited to see more from both of these teams in playoffs. Unicorns, I believe you said, right? They will have a bye.
Yes, they'll be the 1 seed for their conference, so they'll have a bye, and the Coyotes will have to face the 2 seed of the opposite conference, which currently is my Owls team. So that could change, though. The other conference is the much more interesting one in terms of seeding changes and teams making it or not making it. So hopefully we'll be able to see those games tomorrow night.
Yeah, a great lineup of games tomorrow night. Not sure if we're going to get the Coyotes in here for an interview. Just checking.
Let me ask. Prosperity. Sif. Boom. I didn't do the fancy thing that Galloway does, so hopefully they
You know what? You can just because it's fancy doesn't mean it's better. Sometimes the
No, it is
old-fashioned way
better.
is okay. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt there.
No, literally all I said was interview and pinged them. So that's all it takes, though.
That's true. That's true.
Prosperity
Well, if
is
we
currently a maybe.
and he owes you, so I think you probably need to tell him that for the sake of his kneecaps, he needs to come into this.
Oh, he's there. He's
He's
ready.
there. All right.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
We needed one. We needed one. That's for sure. I think we started off the season 3-0, and then we've lost. Let me do math. 6 in a row. So,
Oh
but
wow.
hey, we secured playoffs, and that's all that matters. Because if you're in, you can win.
Good
That's
good
great.
mentality to have. So, how did you guys approach, or what was your preparation for playing against the Unicorns tonight?
I mean, we know the unicorns pretty well. I mean, we kind of have their number. We haven't lost to them all season. Caden and Elite, especially Elite. I just, we were pretty confident coming in. What can we say?
Did you know that we basically were caster cursing for almost every goal you would score in the first game? If you rewatch the VOD, you'll see that we're basically saying this is a really defensive approach, and then you would immediately score.
Well, I rarely score, so that's kind of good. I need every curse or anything I can get, to be honest with you. So keep doing that. I'll just have you commentate all the playoff matches I play in, and I think we might have a chance then.
It's all good, but you did actually
I'm
inadvertently enter into a legally binding agreement where you owe her money now.
All right. Oh no. Well then, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Um, I think she takes Zelle, check, not
yeah, I'll
credit card,
take
right?
I mean Venmo, anything you I'm just kidding, guys. Everything is a joke. But I am never casting your matches ever again. So can't have that. Do you have Don't be saying that. Can they hear you? Can they hear you? Okay. Okay. I love
Just
sounding
Goob
crazy with people.
talking to herself.
The voices are back. It's fine.
There it is.
Prosperity.
Now they can hear me. I
Okay.
stream.
Shut. Prosperity. What team would you most want to play in playoffs?
That team.
That team, because you
I think
think you can win.
yeah, we can win. The other team I'm scared of, but that team I'm not. So,
Which
uh,
so which team is that you're scared of?
all of them,
All
even the
of
ones that didn't make playoffs, I'm scared of them.
Wow.
But no, I forget there. I think the Griffins in our conference is really scary. I know Zuggs is a mechanical god, and anytime he's on the field, it's like you're looking up. So they're pretty scary. And on the other side of the conference, I don't know them as well, but I know there's a few really dangerous teams out there. So honestly, if you make playoffs, you're a good team. So it's really just whoever shows up for the match has a chance. So honestly, always scary to playing Rocket League. It's just scary.
I agree. Not good if you have a heart condition.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
Well, regardless, we want to let you know that we do appreciate getting the opportunity to stream. Thought it was a fun match to watch. Had some great goals, and again, you got a lot to your goal tally tonight. So um, that's we were happy to cast our curse in that sense. Is there anybody want to shout out? Anybody want to thank and show appreciation for? Probably the GM of the Owls, even though they're not your franchise.
Can I have that would be an anti shout out. No. No, but I appreciate everyone who keeps FDL going, and it's a great league. If anyone who's watching isn't playing in it for whatever reason, join it. It's fun. Been here since season 1, so I've seen it evolve, and it's in good hands. And the streams they put on are always amazing and fun to be a part of. The interviews and everything. So this is the last week of the season, so it's always another great season in the book. So just proud of everyone who is involved. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're gonna need to clip that and put that on YouTube as like advertisement. You will
Like,
not be
no,
compensated.
did not pay this person to say this.
Real customer review. And thank you for already getting the replays in. You're the goat for that.
I'm trying. Gotta get these playoff seeds correct, even though I don't think it matters one
Oh,
bit
yeah.
for this match. But
I'm
I'm
gonna
excited.
I'm gonna take an opportunity here to let the people who are on stream tonight know, do not ask me for your replays. I will not give them to you.
He'll only give them to me if I'm desperate.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta go
true.
find them.
He'll send you a video of him deleting them if you ask him.
So true. Don't do it. Save your replays. You have the function now to save them after the matches. No excuse anymore.
And on that upside, is there anything else that anyone would like to say to our beloved FDL community and viewers?
No.
Me neither.
All right,
I
there
think
you
I've
have it,
done enough
kids.
tonight.
Save your replays. Don't do drugs, right?
Drink water.
Couple
Stay
big, yeah.
hydrated, kids. Go outside,
Hydra
get fresh air.
homies. Vitamin D there, yeah. It's
Wear
all important.
sunscreen.
Do it all. Well, if there's nothing else to say,
Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start it.
Maybe feelings change, I can remember all the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company, keeping you captive in guilty chains.
When night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. When night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Tomorrow we build, depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let